Hello, welcome to this your channel, the Better Eurofan. That's me. After the rocking and intimate performance from Nicolas Alves in last year's contest, which granted him the 8th place in the final ranking, being the best result for the country to date, Portugal keeps on with its participation, hoping to keep improving their results of their goal of having their first victory in the junior contest. Let's see who will be the artist that will take the baton from Nicolas representing the Lusitanian country on the main stage of JESC. Here we go. For today's episode, I'm going to review the Portuguese entry for Junior Eurovision 2023, which will be represented by singer Júlia Machado with the song Where I Belong. First of all, let's take a look to her biography before traveling from the New World to the French Riviera. Júlia is 12 years old, born in the town of Monsanto located in central Portugal, and currently living in the city of Long Branch, United States, where she emigrated with her family since she was very little. Despite living abroad, she usually visits her native country every summer to visit their relatives. On the other hand, being in Long Branch, she is part of the Count Basie Theatre and she usually sings at the Portuguese club of the city. In her free time, besides singing, she also acts in plays. She likes to do routes on bicycle and she likes to surf. She also has commented that if she could not pursue a musical career, she would like to be a veterinarian. Then you may wonder, how is that she become to be the Portuguese representative of the junior contest by living so far? Pay attention as we are going to check it out in detail. As it has been usual, the Portuguese Prologue broadcaster will use the fourth season of the Portuguese version of The Voice Kids to pick the artists that will represent Portugal in the Gaelic country, while the song will be once again internally selected by the broadcaster. Júlia was one of the contestants in this case, having to stay for a while in Portugal during her participation in the talent show. Júlia will advance through all the phases of the competition, reaching to the final show, which was broadcasted in late last June, together with other 7 finalists as is usual in the dynamic of the show. In the first round, the 8 finalists have performed 2 songs, one as a soloist and other one in a duet with their respective coaches, from which 3 finalists will advance to the second round, being Júlia among them. Then, in the second and final round, the 3 remaining finalists will perform one more song, in which the victory will be granted to Júlia, gaining subsequently the right of representing Portugal on the main stage of JESC. After her win in the talent show, it was still pending to assign the song that Júlia will perform at the junior contest. In this case, the broadcaster has appointed a group of songwriters with relevant experience in both Eurovision and Junior Eurovision to compose and produce the Portuguese entry. Finally, after several months of work, this will be officially released early this month with its accompanying official music video. A very personal track which talks about a serious matter in our society. Now here comes the analysis according to what she has presented in her proposal. We have in this case a pop ballad with an unmistakable Portuguese touch, which is reinforced by backing vocals both in the chorus and the bridge. Talking about Júlia's voice, this is moderate, neither too soft, neither too strong, although they gain some intensity also during the chorus and the bridge. The lyrics, which has been written in Portuguese and English, has been composed by a group of songwriters appointed by the broadcaster, as I have commented before, focusing on fluid tone in particular. First is Fernando Daniel, which was casually Júlia's coach during her participation at The Voice Kids. He collaborated on the composition of O Rapaz, performed by Simão Oliveira 2 years ago when he represented Portugal at the junior contest on the edition held on Paris, France. And in the other hand, Luis Pereira, mostly well known as Twins, was one of the songwriters of I Coração together with Mimicat, the latter one having represented this same year to the Lusitanian country in the senior contest on the edition held on Liverpool, United Kingdom. This time they wanted Júlia to participate by selecting the message and the theme to be featured on the song, according to her own life experiences. As I have commented before in her biography, Júlia lives in the United States since very little after moving there with her family, but her life there has not been that good as she has commented herself, having suffered bullying during her time at school until now. That is why she has always felt her native country as an opportunity to feel better with herself and forget all those awful experiences, feeling safer by being close to her relatives. All this is reflected in the lyrics when you read it in detail, without forgetting to translate it, of course. In one hand, the verses talk about that feeling of being out of place by constantly moving to different cities, while the chorus expresses that desire of getting back to her roots, to where she belongs, making allusion to the song's title. The song delivers two messages in this case. The first of them may be not too obvious. It's about raising awareness on the effects of bullying on children and teenagers. In fact, Júlia herself has said she hopes the song can be a shout of solidarity for those who are experiencing a similar situation like herself. And the second one makes a reflection of the uncertainties and the risks that may imply the search of a better life in a different country out of your own. This even can be extrapolated to those who are not so little, to those who emigrate by searching for better opportunities, especially those who are forced to do it, because they are not able to do it in their native countries, unfortunately. Having reviewed the song, now I'm going to analyze the official music video release for this proposal. The plot is quite simple, but effective and meaningful. At the beginning, there are shots of Júlia with her face stained with paint of many colors, while she starts to perform the song. As it progresses, she can see how she is progressively wiping out the paint from her face with her hands, keeping the close-ups of her all the time. And also there are shots of her silhouette in dark and light effect, witnessing herself dejected on the floor at first. There is no doubt that it represents how Júlia feels while she is victim of the bullying done by her classmates at school. But at the same time, while she is still wiping away the paint from her face, her silhouettes in dark and light effect start to get up and move, symbolizing in this case that process she does to break free of all those situations that cause her feel anxious and sad, feeling herself better afterwards. By the bridge, she has wiped out all the paint from her face, while in the last chorus there are alternate shots of her close-ups and her silhouettes in dark and light effect dancing and jumping. Towards the end of the music video, Júlia gets closer to the camera while her silhouette looks in dark and light effect, until a spotlight lights her to the front, and she raises up her face with a calm smile, then finishing the performance. Making a summary of all the comments, the Portuguese entry for this year is probably one of the most mature ones of the edition, discussing a quite serious topic, which is more meaningful on her having lived it in first hand. Although it is true that there have been entries in the past discussing this same topic, in this case it is addressed in a dramatic way, so to speak. Certainly, we have not seen until now a live performance of her proposal, taking into account that the song has been recently released, although by having been the winner of the Boys' Kids, there is no doubt that it is expected a remarkable vocal performance from Júlia. The question mark in this case will be on how they will translate the message of this proposal into the stage. Maybe they could follow the same trend previously seen in the music video, or maybe do something different to generate more impact. Anyway, we will have to wait until she gets her turn to be on the main stage. And you, what do you think about the Portuguese entry for this year? Leave your comments down below to start the discussion. And this is it for today's episode. As usual, I remind you to give a like to this video. Also, you can subscribe to my channel, enable notifications, and find me through my social media. Take care and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.